I would sure hate to be a Philly fan right now. Last night was a very bad night to be a Philly sports fan. You had the Phillies being eliminated from the playoffs on a walk-off throwing error. And if that wasn't enough, you had your beloved defending world champion Philadelphia Eagles getting boat raced by the 1-4 New York Giants. Yes, I said they got boat raced. How did this happen? And they got boat raced by a couple of rookies? What's wrong with the Eagles? Can they fix this problem? We're going to delve into that today. We're going to delve into this today. Plus, it's Pick'em Friday. I'll make my picks for all the remaining NFL games for week 6 and 5 select games, the games I believe are the most exciting and intriguing matchups in college football for week 7. And that's going to happen all here in the Ozone. Big O with the big mouth here coming at you as I do every day this time. Now let's get right into it. What happened to the Eagles last night? What happened to them? They didn't look like the defending world champions. I mean, they got their butts handed to them last night by the New York Giants. Specifically, 2 rookies. Quarterback Jackson Dart and that running back Scatterboo. I call him Scatterboo Boo. Those 2 literally took this game over. They literally went at the Eagles and did not let up. But what's the problem with the Eagles? 34-17 was the final score. Jackson Dart looked like Superman out there. And literally, he looked like Superman out there. He was running around, making those plays. He even took a hit and was out for a minute for the game. And I know a lot of Giants fans were holding their breath like, oh no, we ain't got to go back to Russell Wilson, do we? Nope. Sat out a few plays, he came right back in. He's slowly but surely enduring himself to the New York Giants faithful. And considering New York just lost the Yankees out of the playoffs, I know those fans, at least the majority of the New York sports fans up there, they have to have something to hope for. They have to have something to hold on to. The Jets are terrible. The Knicks haven't started yet. They have to have something to believe in right now. And I'm thinking they're starting to believe in the New York Giants, specifically these 2 rookies, Scatterboo and Jackson Dart. They took that game over yesterday. Literally. Scatterboo. 98 yards, 3 touchdowns. And there were some tough running touchdowns, too. Jackson Dart. He even ran for 58 yards and a touchdown. And threw for 2 touchdowns. And threw for a touchdown. 195 yards. They took over that game. But what sealed the deal for me in regards to the way the Eagles played was Jalen Hurts. He was overthrowing wide open receivers. The one receiver on the interception in the 4th quarter that was almost ran back for the touchdown, he had a receiver in the end zone wide open, and he never saw him. He had it wide open, but he did a semi-check down and it was picked off. What's going on with the Eagles and their offense? It's like they're disjointed. It's like I know it was reported that A.J. Brown, Quan Barkley, and Jalen Hurts all sat down and had a little confab sometime this week before last night's game. If that happened, did it help much? It doesn't look like it. Were they pointing fingers and blaming blame? Were they trying to get on the same page? Whatever they talked about in that meeting, that supposed meeting, it didn't work. It did not work. What is going on with the Eagles offense? Is it the play calling? I don't even want to get into the tush push. You shouldn't even be in that position for the tush push if you're the reigning defending champions playing against a team that's 1-4. But that's what it took for them to score their last touchdown. If you got to rely on 3 tush pushes to get a touchdown, and you're the reigning defending champions who has a dynamic offense or supposed to have a dynamic offense with Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, what's happening? What's going on? Is it the play calling? I don't think so. I'm going to tell you what I think. 2 things. 1, the Eagles forgot now. They're not the hunter. They're the hunted. Everybody is going to get. Every team they play, they're going to try to bring it to the Eagles. They're the defending champions. They have to prepare like every team they play is going to bring their A game. And for the last couple of weeks, they haven't done that, especially on offense. Heard the stat this morning. They are, for the last 2 games, 3 of 20 on third down. 3 of 20. There were, I think, 2 for 10, 3 for 10 last night. 2 for 10 last night. That means your offense is a little disjointed. Saquon Barkley, his longest run last night was 18 yards. He used to break off 50 and 60-yard runs last year like it was going out of style. This year, he's lucky to break off a 15-yard run. He's lucky if he does that. And Jalen Hurts, I don't know what happened to him. He's missing wide open receivers downfield, wide open. He's using checkdowns when he should be running. He's got the feet. He's using checkdowns, though, and the teams are stopping him, especially on third down. You got lanes to the left and right. What happened to the RPO? Where did that go? I mean, what happened to that? The slants over the middle on a fake. What happened to that? I haven't seen none of that so far. I definitely haven't seen none of that in the last 2 weeks. So my question is, can this be fixed? I mean, they are 4-2. It's not like they're 2-4. They're 4-2. But they can't be leaning too much on their defense. Because as you know, they've lost a couple of players on defense. Especially their best defender. The best defensive lineman. Carter. He's out. So this team cannot lean too much on their defense to bail them out. They tried it last night and it didn't work. Why? Because of those 2 rookies, Jackson Dart and Scatterboot. They weren't having it. And I'm telling you, if the Eagles don't fix this on offense, I don't see them repeating it. They'll still have enough to make the playoffs, I believe. But as repeating Super Bowl champs, they don't look like they're anywhere near that right now. They're just a little off. I wouldn't say a little off. I'll say a lot off on offense, especially late in the game. Second half last night's game, they didn't score a point. They had opportunities. Don't get me wrong. And it's not like the Giants have the world's greatest defense. They had the opportunity. It just boom. Missing receivers, that pick, that interception, about roughly halfway through the 4th quarter, that pretty much sealed the game for me. That sealed the deal. Because the Giants, they took the opportunity, scored that last touchdown. That was game for all intents and purposes. I knew the Eagles weren't coming back the way they had been playing on offense in the second half. There's no chance. I knew it. Game was over. What do the Eagles have to do to fix this? They're in a little bit of a spiral, downward spiral, a little bit. I ain't gonna say it's a tornado spiral, but if they don't correct it, it could become one, and we could become one real quick. Do I still think the Eagles are a Super Bowl contender? Yes, but I'm teetering. It's teetering, right? It's on like on a cliff, and the wind's coming. That little back tailwind when they're on the cliff, it's coming. They need to push back off that wind and get off that cliff, and they need to do it soon. Because, like I said, they aren't the hunters no more. They are the hunted. And they're going to be getting everybody's A game from here on out. Because if last night's game hadn't shown the world that nobody's scared of the Eagles no more, they're not world beaters. I don't know what will. I don't know what will show you that. Because ain't nobody scared of the Eagles. Nobody. And they got to know that. And they got to play, especially on offense. They got to play like nobody's scared of them. But you got to play like you ain't scared of them either. And right now, the Eagles on offense are playing scared. They're playing scared. That's what it looks like to me. That's how I see it. That can be fixed. But they're going to have everybody on that offense. The main key guys on that offense. Hurts, Barkley, Brown, Goddard, line. Everybody on that offense needs to look into themselves and ask themselves, what do I need to do to get better? Especially Jalen Hurts. Because it all falls back on him. He needs to look into himself. I don't know what he needs to do. Look at game film, do more extra reps after practice, whatever it takes. Because if Jalen Hurts doesn't get out of this little mini tailspin he's in, Eagles don't have a chance. But I'm not going to write the Eagles off yet. Nah. Divisional games are always hard. It doesn't matter what the record is. Divisional games are always going to be tough. Always. Because they're all rivals. They're all those little inner rivals in divisional games. So it's not like I didn't even think the Eagles was going to go into the Meadowlands and walk all over the Giants, even though the Giants were 1-4. Especially now that they got Jackson Dart, who to me looks like the Batman and Scatterboo's the Robin. That's what it looks like to me. And the Cape Crusaders, they coming and ride that rescue and try to save the Giants season and their head coach. Can they do it? Well, 2-1 since, I don't know. What are they, 2-1 since they made the coaching change? I mean, the quarterback change? And these two rookies look good. They ain't going out there playing around. They look good. Both of them. They're not turning the ball over. Yes, Jackson Dart is still makes those little rookie mistakes, little bad throws here and there. But he limits those mistakes. He limits them. And he's showing to be one tough son of a bitch. He took that one hit and knocked him out of the game for a little bit. And he was like, am I all right? Can I go back in? They're like, yep. He went back in. And the crowd loved it. And I bet you were saying, now that's a quarterback. That's the quarterback we need. We'll see if it can continue. We'll see. But anyway, last night might have been the coming out party for both Scatterboo and Jackson Dart. I think it was. Because when you can double up on the defending world champions, yeah, that's a coming out party to me. 34-17 was the final score as the Giants get their second win of the season and drop the Eagles to 4-2. Now that division looks a little more interesting. A little more interesting now. Washington's right behind them at 3-2. Dallas is 2-2-1. So they're all within like a game and a half of each other now. So it's not like it doesn't look like the NFC East is going to be a runaway for the Eagles. It's going to be. I think it's going to come down to a three-way dog. I wouldn't even be surprised if the Giants get back in the mix. All they need to win is a couple more games. They're back at 500. And if that happens, we got to see what the other three teams do. But the NFC East could, in about 3 games, if things shake out a certain way, that division could be wide open. Think about that. Beginning of the season, like, the Eagles got this division. Everybody, Washington might make the playoffs. Everybody else is weak. Everybody else, they ain't got a chance. Now look at it. We're only 5 weeks into the season now? Look at it now. The Eagles, who were looking invulnerable a couple of weeks ago, lost 2 in a row. Now, the Commanders, they went on the roll last week and beat the Chargers. They might be on the uptick. Cowboys, yeah, I know they still got issues on that defense. But Dak Prescott's balling out. He's doing it without CeeDee Lamb. 2-1. The Giants, they changed the quarterback, put in a rookie, got that rookie running back. They won 2 of their last 3 games. They're sitting at 2-4, but their slide is rising up. The stock is rising up a little bit. NFC East could become a wide open race in about 3 weeks. We'll find out very soon. But I liked how the Giants played last night with the 2 rookies leading the way. Very good game by Jackson Dart and Scottaboo. Very, very entertaining performance by those 2. So, Giants, y'all better watch out for them. They might be on the uptick. We'll find out as the weeks go on. Now, let's get into these picks. It is Pick'em Friday. And my picks are terrible. I'll be the first to admit. I'm still working on how to pick these games. Like I said, if you don't know, I'll let you know. I always pick against the spread. I don't pick straight up. I always pick against the spread using the odds, the current odds and over-unders from as of this morning. No, I will not tell you what sportsbook I use. Let's just say it's one of the ones everybody use. But my picks will be against the spread as of the odds of this morning. And I need to get better. I'm like the quarterbacks at the press conference after they lose. I need to get better. It's all on me. I really need to get better. And I do. My picks are horrible. I don't think I've done over 500 on my NFL picks yet. I'm slightly better with my college football picks because I only picked 5, maybe 6 games on a weekend. But my NFL, yeah, that's right. It's bad. It's very bad. I gotta get better. No doubt. Well, let's start with college football. The 5 games. 5 games I'm gonna pick from. The 5 best games of the weekend, according to what I think is gonna go down. 5 best games of this weekend. Let's get into this. Number 1 is the Red River game, the Red River Shootout. Oklahoma, Texas. State Fair, Dallas, Texas. Cotton Bowl. Games 3:30 Eastern kick this year. Usually that game's at noon Eastern, 11 o'clock Central. This year, I guess it's because there's a couple of better, or the networks screwing it up as usual. But this game is now at 3:30 Eastern. Now, we got Oklahoma as a 1.5 point favorite as of this morning. with an over-under of 45.5. Now, I just heard this morning that Latier, the quarterback for the Sooners, will play. He was questionable yesterday, and now he's been upgraded to probable. And he's saying he's going to play. How effective will he be on a just surgically repaired right thumb on his throwing hand? How will it affect his ability to grip the ball and spin it when he throws it? Get that nice spin on the ball when he throws it. Will Texas take advantage of that injury? Hey, when you got a wounded animal out there, he wants to go out there and play. He's open game. Can't make no excuses. The other, especially in this rivalry, you ain't gonna make no excuses. Texas and OU, no. You gonna what? They gonna. I know Texas and they're gonna put him out there. We're gonna try to get him. Now, you heard my podcast yesterday. I said there were a few teams that needed a win to keep themselves relevant in the college football playoff conversation. Texas is definitely one of them. They already have 2 losses. Arch Manning has been like a roller coaster. He's been down, he's been up, he's been down, he's been up. Last week he was down. He needs to be up for this game. That roller coaster needs to be going up. Because Texas, let's face it, they cannot afford 3 losses before halfway through the season. Can't afford it. They cannot afford it. But I'm picking Oklahoma. I'm going to pick Oklahoma in this game, and I'm going to lay the points. I'm going to give them the points. Because Oklahoma has a better defense, period. That's why I'm picking Oklahoma to win this game outright. Because Oklahoma has a better defense. Second in the country scoring defense. Second in the country. They give up just a little above 7 points a game. Second in the country behind Ohio State. And that's why I believe they'll win this game. Whether Latier has a great performance or not, I believe because of Oklahoma's defense. I mean, Arch Manning had problems with Florida. And their defense ain't the world beater. They're not. So I know he's gonna have a whole lot of problems with Oklahoma's defense. I'll take Oklahoma and I'll lay the 1.5. I'm gonna go under on the over under. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of scoring in this game. I honestly believe I don't believe because of Latier's injury and Arch Manning, the roller coaster. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of scoring in this game, so I'll take the under on the 45.5. Oh, I think it'll be a close game. I do. Because Texas is going to play desperate. They need to play desperate. Plus, this is a neutral site game. It has always been entertaining. Always. But I'm going to take Oklahoma. I just believe they have the better defense than Texas. So, I'm going to take Oklahoma and the 1.5, and I'll go under on the over-under. Next, Indiana going out west to play the Oregon Ducks. Heard my podcast yesterday. I said Indiana is one of those teams that needed to win this game. Why, do you ask? Validation. Simple as that. Validation. They need to prove to not just the Big Ten, but all of college football that last year was simply not a fluke. That they're here to do this and keep this thing rolling as long as they possibly can. Now, last year, they didn't beat a ranked team. They did not. They went 11-1, made it to the playoffs, but they did not beat a ranked team, especially a team ranked in the top 5. They played one team last year that was ranked top 5, top 10, really. That was Ohio State. Ohio State beat the hell out of them. Might have beat them late, but they beat the hell out of them. Indiana got to better remember that. They better remember how it felt to beat 8. I know they laid 63 points on Illinois, but like I said, everybody thinks Illinois is a bit overrated. And so do I. I believe they're overrated. But Oregon is not overrated. You don't go into Penn State and pull out a win on a whiteout and be overrated. Plus, they're playing at home. Loud stadium. With 55,000, 60,000 people in there. Loud as can be. Probably going to be the loudest atmosphere Indiana will face this season. How will they handle it? Can they handle it? But I said they need to win this game simply to validate themselves in the eyes of the Big Ten and the College Football Playoff Committee. Can they do it? We'll find out. They do have the talent to do it, but this is in Oregon. Hard to win up in there. Ask Ohio State last year. I'm going to take Oklahoma in this game. Oklahoma. Oregon. Oregon is favored by 7.5. I'm going to take Oregon to win. I'm going to take Indiana to cover. So I'll pick Oregon to win this game, but it won't be by 7.5. I think Indiana will show just enough of themselves to cover this game. The over-under in this game is 53.5. I think it's going to be a little bit of a shootout. So I'll take the over. Thank you very much. I'm going to go over on this one. So I got Oregon to cover. Oregon to win. But I'll take Indiana to cover the spread. That's how I see that game going now. Again, Indiana needs this game. Oregon don't need it as much. They already got a win against a ranked team on the resume. They don't need it as much. They really don't. Indiana does. They need this if they want to stay relevant in the eyes, especially with a lot of teams coming up from behind. They need to stay. They need this dub to stay relevant in the college football playoff conversation. This game is a 3:30 kick Eastern time. Next, we got Ohio State on the road against Illinois. Now, haven't noticed, I looked this stat up. The last 4 times these teams have met where both teams were ranked, Illinois has beaten. Just straight up. Last 4 times Illinois and Ohio State has met, whether it be in Columbus or in Champaign, Illinois. Last 4 times these teams have met where they have been ranked, where each team has been ranked. Illinois has won every last one of them. Didn't know that, did you? I didn't know that until this morning. So, who's going to win this one? Both teams are ranked. Illinois 17, Ohio State, numero uno. Who's going to win this one? I have to make this say Ohio State's going to win this one by at least 2 touchdowns. You see my hat, you see my shirt. You know who I'm picking. You see my hat, you see my shirt. You know who I'm picking. Ain't no secret there. You know I'm gonna ride with the Buckeyes. You know I am. But 14.5 on the road. It's tempting. It's tempting to pick them. It is really tempting to pick Ohio State and give up those 14.5 points. Because Illinois isn't no slouch anymore. But I still think they were slightly overrated. And they did give up 500 plus yards to Purdue. 500 plus yards, almost 30 points to Purdue. You giving up that much to Purdue. And now you got the number one team, defending national champions, coming into your house with a quarterback who, like I said earlier this week, is figuring it out. And two of the best wide receivers in college football. Yes, I said two. Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate. Two of the best in the business right now. And a running back who's also figuring it out in Bo Jackson. And you gave up 500 plus yards to Purdue. I cannot in good conscience say that Illinois is going to win this game. Plus, you got the number one, because you also forget Ohio State has the number one defense in the country. Scoring wise, third in yardage, first in red zone percentage, first and third down percentage. Best defense in the country, 5 points a game allowed. I'm wondering where I'm trying to not be as biased to Ohio State, but I can't see where Ohio State loses this game unless they turn the ball over a lot. And Julian Sains has only turned the ball over twice in 5 games. He's only turned the ball over twice. And Ohio State as a whole has only turned the ball over 4 times. So as long as they take care of the ball, I don't see any realm there where Illinois wins this game. My only question is, do I pick Ohio State to cover the 14.5-point spread on the road? Yep. Give me Ohio State, and I'll give them 14.5. Ohio State will win this game by at least 3 scores. At least 3 scores. Over under is 50.5. I'm gonna go under on this. I don't think Illinois is gonna score enough points for the over under to be over 50.5. So I got Ohio State winning this game by 14.5. And I'll take the under on the over under. I just don't see Illinois scoring enough with Ohio State and with Ohio State's defense the way it is. Best in the country. Just can't see that. It ain't just my hat. It ain't my shirt. It's just how I see it. I got Ohio State winning this game by 14.5. I'm sorry. That's just how I see it. Next on the list, we got the Deep South's oldest rivalry, Georgia at Auburn. I've been a part of it. I used to live in Georgia, so I've seen this rivalry game enough times to know how intense it can be. And I've also seen some miracle finishes in this rivalry a couple of times, few times. So I really don't know which way this rivalry game. You usually don't know which way this game goes. It usually tends to win to the team who's at home. This year, Auburn's the home team, but they've been fishtailing the last couple of weeks. They really have. Lost to Oklahoma, lost to A&M. They've been fishtailing the last couple of weeks. Can they get right against the number 10? Number 16 team? Number 10. Can they get right against the top 10 team, even if it's in their own conference? At home? I don't know. That's a tough question. In this game, Georgia is favored by 3.5. With an over-under of 46.5. My heart wants me to take Auburn, but they haven't shown me enough in the last couple of weeks to where their offensive efficiency has slipped. It slipped bad. Georgia, on the other hand, I think they got to get right game. They got to get right game against Kentucky after they lost to Alabama. They got that get right game that they needed. But can they stay on the get right path against Auburn on the road. I don't know. My heart's telling me yes, they can. Georgia, don't forget about Georgia. They're still a top 10 team, even though they took that L at home against Alabama. But it was a close L. Wasn't like Alabama blew them away. But I got to go with Auburn because they're at home. And like I said, in rivalry game, especially this game, it tends to win to the home team. And this year, it's Auburn. So I'm going to go with Auburn to win. And give me the 3.5. Over under, I'm going to take the over on this one. I think it's going to be a nice, highly scoring affair. I mean, nice. It might go back and forth. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to the last minute of the game. But simply because Auburn is at home, I'm going to take the Auburn Tigers to win outright. Give me the 3.5. Next, we got another intriguing matchup. Next, I know we got another one. Got 5. There's another one. Oh, yeah. Here it is. I had to flip my paper around and see it. We got Alabama on the road as a 3.5-point favorite at Missouri. If you listened to my podcast yesterday or my live stream yesterday, Missouri was one of those teams I said needed to win this game. Why? Same reason why Indiana needs to win their game. Validation. All about validation. If they can beat Alabama, who is ranked, 8? If they can beat them, it validates their season. It validates their program. Now, and the thing is, Missouri has an excellent chance to beat Alabama because Alabama's a bit soft against the run. And Missouri can run the ball. I've seen them run the ball. I've seen them run the ball for over 300 yards in a game. So Alabama got to find a way to slow down their rushing attack. Can they do it? On the road? I don't think so. I truly don't think so. So give me Missouri, and I'll take the 3.5. We got an over-under of 51.5. I'll take the under on this one. But I like Missouri at home to pull the upset and validate their program. Missouri, give me the 3.5. All right, we got one more game we're going to pick. One more. And that will be out west. You wanted to go Michigan against USC. I hate Michigan. I'm picking USC. Simple as that. I hate Michigan. I'm picking USC. I think USC will play inspired. Yes, they lost the close one, Illinois. But yes, I believe playing at home, they'll play inspired. I'm taking USC to send that school up north back east with a loss. So, those are my picks for the select college football games for week 7 coming up this weekend. Now, let us get into the NFL. Last night's game notwithstanding. All right. First game on the list. Early game. All the way overseas. I believe this is in London again. Early game on Sunday. Denver Broncos at the New York Jets. I don't even know why I'm picking this one. The Jets just a mess. They can't get out of their own way. They can't. They lost a bunch of close games, and then they let Dallas Cowboys come in their house and boat race them. The game was a lot further away, a lot worse than the final score indicated, really. I thought. But now you got a team that just beat the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly, and that's who the Jets have to play. You know, you got Denver Broncos now. They're gonna be feeling good about themselves. You know, they just beat the world champions in their house. So you think they're gonna be worried too much about the Jets on a neutral field in London? Nah, I ain't gonna worry. They ain't gonna be worried about that. Neither am I. Give me the Denver Broncos and I'll lay the 7. I think Denver Broncos will blow this team out. Honestly, I think Denver Broncos will blow this team out, but they ain't gonna blow them out by 45 points. So give me the under on the over under of 43.5. I don't see them blowing them out, but I see them covering the 7.5. Denver Broncos. That is a 9:30 Eastern because that game is being played overseas. 9:30 kick. Now, this is a rivalry that I'm very personally involved with because it splits. Because some of my family members likes that other team, and I like the other team. I'm talking about the Cleveland Browns going on the road with that rookie quarterback, whichever one, really, to play Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's face it. I this is how I feel about this. Really. The Browns could have Tom Brady starting as quarterback in this game, and they still would find a way to lose, especially in Pittsburgh. They've only won in Pittsburgh regular season wise. Now, including playoffs, they've only won in Pittsburgh 4 times since they were rebirthed. 4. 4 times, including playoffs, since they were rebirthed back in 1999. They've only won in Pittsburgh 4 times. 4. It doesn't matter who's the quarterback. It doesn't matter. The Browns just simply cannot beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh. I hate to say that. It's just I'm not saying it. History says it. History has said that. So I have to go with the history. I have to go with the history. And I'm gonna go with the Steelers. However, yes, I'm taking the Steelers. The spread is 5.5. I think I think the Browns defense will keep it close for about 3 quarters, and then they're gonna run out of gas because the Browns simply don't have the receivers to stretch the team, to stretch the defense deep. They got a running back, and I think that's their only. I believe their only hope of winning this game is to play ball control, run the ball. Run the ball. You got Keyshawn Junkins. The Steelers' defense is wishy washy, especially against the pass. So you can be able to run the ball on them as much as you can. So I believe the Browns' only way of even having a chance of beating Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, they better play ball control, run the damn ball. Watch they don't do it enough. Give me the Steelers, as much as I hate to say that, and I'll take the group. I'll take the 5.5. I hate to say it. I hope the Browns prove me wrong. There's any one of these picks I make, but I hope the other team proves me wrong. It's that one. Over under is 38.5. I'm gonna go under on that one. Don't dismiss the Browns defense. That's why I'll take the under on the 38.5. It's 1 o'clock Eastern start. Next, we have the Los Angeles Chargers going all the way to the southeast. Play the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are a mess. Let's face it. Dolphins are a mess. I know they won a couple games, but they're a mess. They are. I believe they're a mess, especially on offense. No Tyreek Hill. Tua Tagovailoa. It's like he needs to start believing in himself for this team to rise. I don't know if he's done that yet. I hope so. but I'm still going to take the Chargers and Justin Herbert. Give me the Chargers, and I'll give them the 4.5. I'll give them 4.5. 1 o'clock Eastern start. Next, got the New England Patriots on the road against the New Orleans Saints. Saints just finally got off the schneid and got themselves a win last week. But the Patriots beat the Bills last week. Drake May, where did you come from? When did you start throwing and dealing like you was against the Bills? Where'd that come from? New England is not, they're not the rollovers they were a year ago, the last year, the year before that. No, they're not them rollovers no more. You got to come with it to beat these Patriots. I believe they're playing more inspired now that they realize they can beat the big boys. They got the talent and they got the moxie to beat the big boys in the NFL. But New Orleans just got themselves off the schneid, got their first win last week, beating the Giants. So, which one of these two teams were, let's face it, they're lower tier, can keep it rolling? I'm going to go with the New England Patriots. Give me the Patriots, and then I'll lay the 3.5. The over-under on this game is 45.5. I'm going to take the over on this one. I think it's going to be a nice, high-scoring affair. But New England's going to come out on top. That's just how I see it. Let's keep going. We got another 1 o'clock game. The Arizona Cardinals head to the Indianapolis Colts. How are the Cardinals going to rebound from that stupid loss they took to the Titans last week? Let's face it, they had no business losing that game last week. We all know it. Will they be able to rebound against a team that's, I think, a top 5 team? In my power rankings, I got the Colts third. And they're playing in Indianapolis, where it seems like lately, especially this year, they can do no wrong. How are the Cardinals, after that humiliating and embarrassing loss last week, going to rebound to try to get a win in Indianapolis against this Colts team? I don't know. I don't think they can do it. I mean, they blew what should have been a 28-6 lead with 21-6. And they blew it at home. Now they're going to one of the better teams in the league, 4-1, with Daniel Jones dealing and Jonathan Taylor shaking and baking. Can the Cardinals go in there and get out a victory out of there? Nah. Nope. I don't think so. Nope. Give me the Colts, and I'll lay the 7 points. I'll take the Colts at home on this one. Thank you very much. Over under 47.5. I will take the over. I will take the over. I think it's going to be a nice, high-scoring affair, but I say the Colts will win this one by at least 2 touchdowns. Give me the Colts, and I'll lay the 7. That's a 1 o'clock start. Next, the Los Angeles Rams heading to Baltimore to take on a team that's in a lot of trouble right now, the Baltimore Ravens. Now, if you was listening to my podcast yesterday, I said this was one of those 2 teams in the NFL that needed to get a win. The Ravens are, I don't want to say they're a mess, but they ain't nowhere near a Super Bowl contender at 1-4 right now. Their defense leaks like a sieve. Derrick Henry is not running the ball like with reckless abandon like he did last year. Lamar Jackson is hurt. This team got a lot of issues, but they can't fall to 1-5. You know the percentage of teams since 2000 that have made the playoffs after starting this season 1-5? 3%. The Ravens need this win. Can they get it against Matthew Stafford and Puka Patua and the boys? I don't think so. Not with that defense. And the Rams got an offense that can light you up if you let them. I'm going to take the Rams, and I'm going to lay the 7.5. Over under, we got 44.5. Give me the under on this one. I don't think it's going to be that high scoring affair. I'll take the under on this one. But Ravens need the game, but I say the Rams are going to win it. That's a 1 o'clock start. Next, Dallas Cowboys heading to Charlotte, play the Carolina Panthers. Now, we all know what Dak did against the Jets. You got some people talking Dak Prescott, possible MVP caliber season he's having. And you know what I said? So, I said again. So, let me say it one more time. So, that defense is still putrid. And it is. It's putrid. Only thing right now that you can hope for if you're a Cowboys fan is that the defense holds up enough to let Dak Prescott do his thing and eke out wins. That's the only thing I can say right now about the Cowboys. That's my formula for success this season for the Dallas Cowboys. Let the defense is going to give up yards, they're going to give up points. It's inevitable. But just make enough plays to hold the other team down and let Dak do his thing. Because Dak is going to do his thing. We've seen this. He's going to do his thing. When he's healthy, he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. When he's healthy. If he's hurt, season's over. Let's hope it don't come to that. So what do I think about this game? I think it's going to be play out just almost like last week with the Cowboys. The defense does just enough to hold the Panthers at bay. Cowboys will eke out the win. Yes, I think they'll eke out the win on the road. Over on the spread is 3. That's how much the Cowboys going to win by. 3. So this might be an even. But that's how much I think the Cowboys will win this game by. 3 points. So it might be a cover for the Carolina. I don't know. Over under 49.5. Let me take the under on that one. That is a 1 o'clock start. Now, 4 o'clock games. You got San Francisco going all the way to Tampa. Take on the Bucks. This should be a good game. This should be a good game. Brock Purdy against Baker Mayfield. This should be a very good game. If Brock Purdy is healthy, I don't know. This should be a good game. You got 2 of the better teams in the NFC going at it. Because you got for whatever you want to think about Baker Mayfield, he has a team winning. Even though their point differential is only +3. But who cares? 4-1 is 4-1. And like I said earlier this week, winning them close games in the regular season can only, especially early in the regular season, can't do nothing but help you as the season goes on. Because you've been there. You know what it takes to win. It ain't nothing to you. You ain't going to get flustered. You ain't going to get scared. You ain't going to get caught like a deer caught in the headlights. Ain't none of that applying. You've been there. You've done that. So this is only going to help. Even if this game gets close, Tampa Bay probably won't even flinch. Like, yeah, we've been here before. We know what to do. I like Tampa Bay in this game. I can't believe I'm seeing it. Tampa Bay? Me? Yes. I like Tampa Bay. Favorite by 3. I think they'll win by 4. Tampa Bay, give me that. Over and under 47.5. I'm going to go over on that one. That's a 4:30 kickoff. 4:25, 4:30 kickoff Eastern. Next, got the Bengals heading up to Green Bay. Take on the Packers. Joe Flacco's first game as a Bengal. How's he gonna do? He's got weapons. Everybody, you gotta remember that. Yeah, I think he's left the worst situation in Cleveland to a better one. At least on offense in Cincinnati. In Cleveland, he had one wide receiver, maybe. And he had dropped a lot of passes. And he had a tight end. That's it. Cincinnati, a little bit different. He got not one, but two all-pro wide receivers. T. Higgins, Mar Chase. All he needs is that line, that offensive line, just to give him time to find these boys. That's all he need to do. That's all they need to do. Can they do it? Ask Joe Burrow. Ask Joe Burrow if they can do it. I don't think they can. Plus, they're playing in Green Bay. I think Joe Flacco is going to have a decent performance as his first game as a Bengal, but it won't be enough. Give me the Green Bay Packers, and I'll say they'll win. They'll win this game, but I'm going to actually go out on a limb and say the Bengals will cover the 14.5. I think they'll lose by about a touchdown or maybe less. Give me the Packers to win it, but I got the Bengals to cover. We got an over-under in this game of 44.5. I will go with the over. Like I said, Flacco ain't got no chumps to throw the ball to no more. Can't get open. Got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, tight end. He got weapons. Let's just see how he uses it. I got the Packers to win, Bengals to cover. That game is a 4:30 kickoff. Next, this is probably one of the more intriguing matchups of the NFL weekend. Got the Detroit Tigers, who probably is the hottest team in football. The Detroit Tigers going out to see Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. You got to remember, Detroit. Last time these two met, Detroit beat Kansas City in Kansas City. I believe that was the opening game of the week 1 game of 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. It was either 2022 or 2023. They went out to Kansas City and beat the Chiefs. That game was what got the ball rolling for the Detroit Tigers. It raised some eyebrows. They had people talking. Had people saying, these ain't your daddy's Detroit Lions no more. And they're not. This team's scoring points in bunches. It's a matter of who can stop them and how. I don't know. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are coming off 31-28 loss to Jacksonville. So they've been up and down. Right now they're a little down at 2-3. Now I'm still not giving up on the Chiefs. I will never give up on the Chiefs. Long as Patrick Mahomes is healthy. And like I said, they're going to be getting another piece of their offense back in a week or two when Rashee Rice comes off suspension. So I ain't poo-pooing the Chiefs or writing them off for the season. Not yet. I want to see when they get all their parts back together. Let's see what they do now. But for this game, I got to go with the Tigers. They are by far the hottest team in the league. They've won 4 in a row, and they've been kicking teams' asses doing it. No joke. That offense is loaded. Jared Goff, Gibbs, Green, Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Laporta. Again, that's one of them offenses will tell you and ask you how you want to lose today. Do you want us to run the ball down your throat, or do you want us to beat you in the air? You tell us. And nobody's been able to stop it the last 4 games. Nobody. Give me the Detroit Lions, even though they're an underdog in this game. Give me the points. I'm going with the Lions to win this game outright. Hey, they've beaten the Chiefs in Kansas City before, so it ain't like they scared. It ain't like it's nothing new to them. It ain't. Give me the Lions, and I'll take the 2.5 points. I ain't gonna need them, but I'll take them anyway. Over under 52.5. I'm gonna go over on this one. Like I said, Lions offense hard to stop. How do you stop it? We'll find out if the Chiefs can. That is an 8 o'clock Sunday nighter. And finally, we got the Monday night game, I believe. I believe it's the Commanders. Yep. We got the Commanders at home to take on the Chicago Bears. And Caleb Williams. And the Monsters. What I'm talking about. Ain't no Monsters in the Midway. What I'm talking about. That's old school. Bears and Commanders, Monday night. Commanders favored by 4.5. Caleb Williams, again, he's up and down. He's just been up and down. What will he be this week? Will he be up? Will he be down? I mean, he ain't playing against the Cowboys defense. Washington has a pretty decent defense. If anything, they're opportunistic. And they're playing in Washington. Now, the last time Chicago and Washington played, if you remember last year, Washington burnt the Bears on a Hail Mary at the buzzer. I don't think lightning is going to strike twice like that again. But you know that thought has to be going through Caleb Williams' mind. I hope I don't get burnt like this again. I don't even think it's going to come to a Hail Mary. Give me the Commanders at home, and I'll lay the 4.5. I'll lay that for you with an over-under of 49.5. I'm going to take the under. I don't think this is going to be a very high-scoring affair. I honestly don't. I don't trust the Bears' offense on the road. I just don't. At home, yeah, they can do some damage. But on the road, you got to show me. And they haven't done that yet. They haven't done that since Caleb Williams has been drafted. That they can put up points on the road. Give me the Commanders, and I'll take the 4.5. So, those are my NFL picks for week number 6. What do you think? Do you got any picks that you saying, are you kidding? Any picks I made you say, y'all lost your damn mind? Let me know. Please let me know. Well, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to head on out of here and enjoy the football for this weekend. But if you like and subscribe. Got comments, leave them. I will get to them when I see them. Hey, one of my picks might be. I admit, my picks have been terrible. They have. So if you have any suggestions for picks that I've made, drop me a comment. I love to see them. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here for the weekend. This is the Big O with the Big Mouth in the Total Sports Ozone. And I'm just going to say, have a great weekend. Enjoy the football. Oh, I'm sorry for Philly sports fans. I am so sorry. I know how that hurts. Losing 2 teams losing on the same night, especially how they lost. I'm a Cleveland fan, so trust me, I know the pain. Keep your head up. Philly fans, keep your head up. Remember, y'all did win the Super Bowl last year. So it's all relative. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll catch you back here on Monday. See ya!